What's up, YouTube? This is 82 and 0. Welcome back. So, continuing on talking about Robert Sarver. I just watched a good friend of mine, Too Raw for TV's video on this. Uh, I agree with a lot of his points. You know, we saw, I think it was 10 years ago. Let me look it up. I think it was 2012 when Donald Sterling was fired. Yeah, 2014, actually. Okay, my bad. So, I remember this time, and kind of Tura was talking about this too. There was a lot of high profile killings during this time in terms of unarmed African Americans. You know, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice. And I remember during that time, it I'm not saying it doesn't happen now, but it was like one after another back then. But my point I'm trying to make is I just remember during that time being very angry at everything that was going on, feeling like powerless, how George Zimmerman can just get off scot free like that. Or like Philando Castile's killer. I don't remember the officer's name. So I think a lot of that went into why Sterling was fired. The climate at the time. There was a lot of good social justice activists in the NBA back then. And I think the players union weren't going to let that shit slide. And another reason, I just think because nobody likes Sterling. None of the owners liked him. They all voted him out. But I think the thing with Sarver is different because he seems to have for whatever reason, somewhat of a lot of influence, like friends in high places, and I want to see his ass gone. Don't get me wrong. If you work a job, I've been hearing some people say, these are his opinions. How you can't fire him for his opinions. But if you work a job, right? Let's say you work at a fast food place and your employer talks to you like that, like how Sarver was talking to his employees. Your owner or the boss would be fired, And like Tura said, this is something that went on 50, 60 years ago. This isn't something now. This isn't something nowadays that's acceptable. You know what I mean? The Civil Rights Act, established you can't discriminate on at the workplace on grounds of sex, race, national origin, religion. I think Sarver should be gone. And I think it's going to take a lot of players, high profile players, speaking up. That's why I was so glad to see LeBron speaking out against Robert Sarver. But I need to see like higher profile athlete or players speaking out. It would take like a Durant and Kyrie, Harden, which a lot of these guys aren't going to do that. They're about that money. Uh, I'm interested to see what Chris Paul will do because I know Chris Paul is a very intelligent man, and it complicates things because he plays for that team. So, is he gonna protest Sarver? Because I'm sorry, this 1 year ban is like a slap on the wrist. He's not gonna change. You're just gonna keep a guy around that sexually harasses his employees, who just casually uses the N word at them. This is not somebody you want to represent your team. This shows really badly on the league. And the hypocrisy of this is the NBA, under Adam Silver, claims they're all about racial equality. And I believed it when they said that. For a long time, I did. Because, I saw them get rid of Sterling. But also during the 2020 bubble, they had those signs that said Black Lives Matter. They let them protest the killing of Jacob Blake. So I really believe the league was about that. But it's kind of showing the opposite, Adam Silver, by just giving him a little slap on the wrist. Maybe I was naive. Maybe the NBA is no better than the NFL, and at the end of the day, it's money above anything they say they're for. They'll put up a Black History Month sign during Black History Month, but then when March comes, they're quick to drop that. Are they really about that? I don't know. So I want to see more players speak it out, because I'm sorry, the 1 year slap on the wrist, it's not cutting it, man. He's not going to change based on that, and it's only going to embolden him. So that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts down below? Thanks for watching.